trash fic with Abraham Lincoln.
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 255 of the All Get Here podcast. I'll be your host today, Patrick. And joining me today are my two clogged up co-hosts.
It's Jubilation, JoJo.
I wanted to say Wednesday, but it's Thursday. Sorry. It's Wenzel.
It's Wenzel and Joe and Pat. And, we just have a three-way banner session for you this afternoon. Having a good time. Keeping it easy.
Don't say three-way.
Yeah, I was just like, why are we putting it in those terms?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
I mean...
But we're just keeping it easy today, just having a banner session for you. Going over what we've been doing in our lives, what's been on our minds, something you're all familiar with. Definitely, it's been a week with a lot of experiences that we've just been needing to get off our chest. It's one thing or the other. Yeah, our struggles, our joys, and our experiences coming at you in stereo, I hope. Good deal. So what's been going on with my two lovely co-hosts this week?
Honestly, just work and watching some movies and sleep. I literally just woke up about 20-ish minutes ago, so...
Nice.
Awake, alive, and alert.
Yeah, there's going to be one thing that me and Pat are going to get into that...
Well, that'll definitely get you stirred up.
It was something.
Yeah, I've heard vague mutterings about whatever this may be. For me, it's been also sleep and work, quote unquote. Not work, but it's work because I'm having to wake up early and draw and then stop and then go to sleep. That's been my week. And I played a little bit of Elden Ring.
Hell yeah.
So it's so fucking good, guys. It's so good, and it's so funny because before me and Cole were done for the night, he was like, every time I think we're getting close to finishing, we're barely even halfway through. And let me tell you, yeah, we're barely halfway through. I don't even think we're halfway through. Jesus fucking Christ. But it's fun, and it's good.
As people online are playing Elden Ring, I'm starting to get little no context glimpses into sort of the middle and later game portions of Elden Ring, and it gets very surreal. And some of the character designs and with the bosses and environment, it's like, wow, they're going way off the grid with this game.
Yeah, no, I haven't been spoiled for later game stuff, luckily, but I hear the same thing. It's batshit crazy, and let me tell you, one of the bosses me and Colt just fought is actually probably one of my favorite boss designs ever, because it starts out pretty simple, and I'm like, this is a cool looking boss. Spoiler ish, it's the God devouring serpent.
Okay,
It's super cool. I like a good serpent design, and this is probably one of my favorites, I want to say. I don't know, if anybody ever has had that, but, sometimes there's, a serpent in, a media or something that's just But this, I don't know why. I'm just this is a really good fucking serpent design. That's, my thing. I don't know what it is. I love that. But then there's a second phase to the boss fight where it goes in fucking insane and has a crazy-ass cutscene. And let me tell you, it was awesome. Yeah, so anybody listening, if you haven't fought the God-devouring serpent, go fight that. Have a good time.
I'm looking at it right now, and it is interesting looking.
Whenever me and Colt were fighting that, we were sitting there, and we were like, oh, man, that was not too bad. It was pretty good. But then it goes into a cutscene, and Colt's like, "Oh fuck," and it escalates, and I'm just like, "Oh my god! Oh, it's so good."
I do think it would be fun for the art house to play Elden Ring together. I know we would spend probably a whole night just making our character look as gonky as possible. Because, like, I'm telling you, I'm living for all the weird, fucked up little critters people are making their characters out to be. Like, I just want the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure 2, but just for gross, haunted men. Like, give me a Tamagotchi with a little, like, prison-headed fucker from Elden Ring. That's what I want. Like, I don't need all this exploration bullshit. I just want, like, a weird, creepy dude to play with. Don't isolate that audio.
That's funny.
Cut it down.
Yeah, no, you can make some crazy shit. I mean, I still, of course you still see it. And then also just basically it's so good because now it's sad because I don't think I was ever in this era maybe, but with Elden Ring out now, people are like basically doing their like drip check or fashion show where they'll basically just fucking show off what they're wearing currently, and there's some good clothes, and there's some items, some wearable like helmets and masks or whatever you want to say that are just like, I'm trying to think of the right word.
Bad.
Psychotic. Like not bad, just really, really dark. And I don't know how to explain this without like giving away some stuff, so I won't, but I will say this. It's like wearing it's basically like you're cutting off somebody's fucking face. That's all I'm gonna say. Like it's some real like messed up shit, and it's so good. It's been a good time, and they actually released an update, a patch recently that sadly did some stuff that I'm not happy with. One of my favorite weapons, they fucking nerfed it, so now it does less damage, and I have no freaking reason to use it anymore, which is stupid. And then they also nerfed one of the bosses that took me so freaking long to fight, because apparently you can only, if you're going to help somebody, you can only help that person with their fight. They cannot help you with your fight. So, spoiler, it's Star Scourge Radan. He fucking sucks.
Oh, I've heard legends.
Yeah, I've been
about
hearing
that
a lot
one.
about this, like, Radan character, and it's like, they all been struggling with this dude, whoever he is.
Dude, he is so freaking hard, and that's because, like, basically you have to run to fight him, and while you're running, he is taking pot shots at you, and it's so stupid. But it's cool because you can summon people, like, you can summon NPCs. There's actually a really good bit, this is also kind of a spoiler, but I want to say it because it's so fucking funny. There's a bit where there's an NPC, Patches. If anybody's played Soulsborne in the game, you know who Patches is. You can summon him, and as soon as you summon him, he literally fucking leaves.
He's just like, bye.
Yeah, no, he'll come in, walk, and then he'll just disappear, and it'll be like Patches has returned to his world. It's such a good bit because if you know the character, you know why he does that. But yeah, it was so stupid, and I helped Colt, and he couldn't help me, so I spent like 30 minutes trying to kill him because there's this bullshit attack that he has where it's a homing attack, you can't dodge it, and every time it's instant kill. So like the only way to get past it is to literally hit him so fast, don't let him use it, basically. You have to kill him before he can attack.
Or like basically like interrupt his attack before he can use it.
Well, you can't interrupt him because he'll do it no matter what. Like he doesn't have much poise or he has poise. It's where he can't be like knocked down, basically. He can be, but it takes a lot. Awesome boss design, I should say, as well. Pretty cool fight in general. It's just that whole shtick is bullshit. But they nerfed him. They nerfed him in the patch, and it's so stupid because now nobody will know the absolute hell that you have to go through to fight him.
It's like all us day oneers. We know what it took. You don't know our scars, man.
Yeah, no. Trevor Henderson, that really good artist, he was like, he said he's gonna start, he made a tweet about wearing a button that says "I fought Radan in the pre-nerf. Like,
Oh yeah, there's gonna be plenty of like dick stroking by players. Like, oh, I fought him before the nerf.
oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you had that with like all the past games, but like with different things. But yeah, no, it's been it's been a good time. It's been a good time. I love sinking my teeth into it. It's really like all I do now. I'm trying to do other things, but I can't. Well, this week I should say. This week I sorry, I'm talking a lot, but this week's been pretty busy because this Saturday, by the time this comes out, this would have already happened, and hopefully I sold out of everything. I made big bucks, dripping in money, obviously.
Big money.
On Saturday, March 19th, Wenzel is at the comic strip selling his art.
Yeah, Justin was kind enough to host me. He kind of forced it on me last second. No, he said, "Why don't you come by?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I mean, I could have said no, but I said yes. So, this Saturday, I sold my art. This week I've been prepping for it because I have a binder currently of a lot of the stuff I've made, and I mean, I want some new stuff. So I that's what I set out to do. I've been waking up starting Monday, I've woken up at like 3 in the morning, and I will just be awake until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, so 11 or 12 hours, and I'll just be drawing. I'll take breaks, but I'll just be drawing, and it's like actually like a job, which, to be fair, if you make art for a living, it is work no matter what. So, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been making stuff to make prints, and I did that yesterday where I took 2 of my larger drawings and I made prints out of them. I was going to make some other stuff, but I couldn't. So yeah, actually when I went in there, I saw JoJo working. I even waved at JoJo, but they made it out of their way to not look at me.
The thing is when you looked away is when I saw you and waved, but you didn't see me.
Oh my God!
It's some
Damn
bad
it.
timing. And bad timing
Because I looked over and I was like, because you were kind of far away. I'm like, that's an oddly Wenzel shaped figure over there. And then it's like, yeah, that's Wenzel. I'm like, hey. So it's funny that we literally did the same thing to each other.
And Wenzel actually DM'd me earlier in the week about prep for the art show, because I've been selling my art, for the last few years. And then, literally today, I was like, okay, Wenzel's coming in. I'm going to help him out. It's going to be rad. And then, earlier that afternoon, I left work early because my allergies were so goddamn bad, I thought I had COVID. And I went to get tested. And then he texted me that he was already there getting it taken care of. I was like, well, fuck. We all just missed each other by incredible happenstance.
That's insane. Man, that's kind of makes me sad now. Because I was like, when I got in there, I was like, man, I'm ready to see JoJo, see Pat. They're probably working, so I won't do too much or anything like that. But it's like, no, I just got a bunch of, no offense, old people, in there. So, it's funny though, because JoJo was walking directly towards me, but it was obviously to get something. They were I don't know what they were doing. They're cutting or something. And I did a very heavy wave, and I was like, they just turned around and walked away, and I'm like, damn. Wow, it makes me so sad. Where the fuck is Pat?
It's just have their hand to their face. It's I don't know this person.
No, they made a joke about it at work, because I'm just getting the zone, and I'm just I'm going, and I'm just only focused. But I did wave at you, but I didn't see you wave at me.
Yeah, no.
And I'm sure somebody was that fella was waving at you, Joe. Did you just ignore him?
No,
I did it. Actually, I did it at the time when everybody had their backs turned. So it was secret. It's super secret friendship.
Super secret friend. So secret we have to keep the kayfabe.
Yeah, kayfabe. We don't know we only know each other on the cast.
And then honestly though, I was messaging Pat because I was hoping like, man, Pat's just gonna walk up and just be like, oh, that's Wenzel. It's like that's the local Wenzel in Tuscaloosa.
Your friendly
like,
neighborhood Wenzel.
Like you need like like I don't know. No, I was hoping to see everybody there, but that didn't happen. So I got my prints made. Was kind of sad. Yeah, they turned out good. It just one of them had like muted colors a little bit, but honestly, it doesn't look bad. It actually I kind of like it. So there's that. I just hope nobody gets on to me about like, well, why are you selling this if the colors are different? Like, bro, I don't work here.
People need to understand there's not always going to be someone inside the biz who can tell you. There's just not always going to be a one-to-one translation of color, especially if it's like a scan of an image, like a physical image to a digital property and then into reprinting that onto a physical property. There's going to be a little loss in translation. It's just always trying to minimize that the best you can.
Yeah, no, it was something really interesting to learn about, like, like when you're making like prints of like digital stuff, if you have it set to CYMK, of course you can probably get closer or exactly to what it looks like because that's made to be printed, or if it's RGB then it it's different.
Yeah.
That's not made to be printed, obviously. And then if you're doing like a physical drawing, then it's not set to either of those, so you're having to really try to get as close as possible. Yeah. So completely understandable. That's why I'm not I don't know, I didn't make a fuss about it, and I won't because I was actually happy. But I will say one of my prints actually came out with like a huge cut in it, so I can't sell it.
A huge cut in it.
Yeah. See, I was gonna be there. I was gonna be in person, but then Colt was like, "Oh, my back's hurting," and I'm like, "Well, I need to save gas anyway." So I was gonna show you it. I was gonna show everybody my prints and stuff because I was excited. But like, there's like a cut, like just cut. So it's just it's a cut basically. It doesn't go all the way through. It just goes in the head of the dragon, and yeah, it looks really messes it up. But again, I'm not upset or anything. It was just I didn't see it till I got home. So again, but yeah.
By the time this comes out, we already would have had the art show, which I mean, I'm sure it was a great time.
I'm sure I made a ton of money,
and I'm sure
money.
I'm sure I didn't walk into the comic strip, knock over Wenzel's tables, and welcome to the business, bitch, and walk out.
Yeah, I totally didn't get a reality check.
Yeah, the thing is about the art community that a lot of people don't know. You kind of have to be like beat in. So you just get your table.
You have to be jumped in to get into the art community. And,
yeah, basically.
I just be like, you know what? Nah, I don't like getting hit.
It's either you get hit or we flip your table.
But it's worth it, JoJo. It's worth it because you get to make incredible art and sell it, and people get to have it, and it's cool.
I mean, yeah, there definitely is a really cool feeling when someone says, "Oh, like they like your stuff," and "Oh, I still have the print I bought." I mean, there's a fella that came into the comic strip the other day when I was hanging out with Shimmy, and he said, "Oh, I still have your print of Cosmic Ghost Rider, and my dad really liked it. He's gonna frame it and put it in his office." I was like, "That's always really cool to hear."
Oh yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I still have, of all the artists I bought prints from, I still have them. I just really want to get framed, so I make sure to I actually keep them all in a place that will like never be touched by either light or by anything like wet, so they're safe forever. But like that's always my goal is to get them framed and stuff, so they'll never be damaged completely. Yeah, no, that's sick. And I mean that like really like being jumped, being beaten pays off.
Hey,
in that respect.
Yep. Six years in the independent art biz, I have my scars.
Something metaphor for capitalism. Something. Transforming your passion something into a never-ending grind of content. Burnout. Something. Yep.
All right, you guys are getting too real right now. All right, let's calm down, okay?
We got to come back to non-reality.
I know what would make us feel better and break the tension if we had a live Pokemon card unpacking.
All right.
Yeah.
Because Shimmy, since Shimmy recently started selling Pokemon cards, you know, those things that blew up so bad that Barnes and Nobles and Target, we had to keep these under lock and key, one per customer, armed guards out front. And Shimmy got a new box. And this is from the Pokemon Sword and Shield Chilling Rain expansion. It has Ice Rider Calyrex on the front. That Calyrex being a Pokemon that's introduced in Sword and Shield as like a legendary, and then he's riding Glastrier, which is a ice horse, and Calyrex is being like this. He looks kind of like a sock monkey if he was a deer and had a gigantic like berry sitting on top of his head.
That's kind of exactly what he looks like. That's a very apt description.
So I'm gonna open this new pack and get you that sweet packet ASMR. Ooh,
I'm biting my lip.
Crisp. All right.
Let's
Nice.
see what you got, Pat.
All right. The first Pokemon is a Porygon.
Ooh, okay. Kind of.
And I'll send a picture for Wenzel. Oh, we have a Grookey.
All right. Okay.
That being the one of the starters for Sword and Shield, a Grass Monkey. We have a Mareep, a little electric sheep.
Yes.
We have Rockruff as a little rock puppy.
Okay. All right.
We have Swirlix as a little cotton candy creature.
Okay. There's a lot of cute in this stack.
We have a reverse holographic trainer card, Peony, one of the characters in the Sword and Shield expansion.
Okay.
The Crown Tundra. Ooh, one of my favorite Pokemon, a Kecleon.
Nice.
Okay.
Kecleon.
Awesome.
Fighting Energy. A trainer card called Welcoming Lantern.
Okay.
A Drizzile, which is the second evolution of the water starter in Sword and Shield.
Okay.
A trainer card called Rugged Helmet. It feels like a Viking helmet with like blue spiky horns.
Okay.
And I guess that's all of them. I guess Peony was my rare in that one.
All right. Not bad. I can't see him.
No,
So I
take
don't
that back. I think Peony was my quote holographic, and Kecleon was my rare.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely the most
All right.
like involved art with a lot of little different Kecleons on it, and a lot of different colors.
You know, I've been saying, and so is Tanner, I believe, that Justin needs to sell cards, and you know, he finally gave in to peer pressure, and I'm
And
glad.
what I thought was so funny that he was just like upset that people weren't beating down his door like the day he posted about it on Twitter. It's like, give it a second. People are gonna buy your cards, dude.
Goddamn capitalists.
Got him.
Needs to start selling baseball cards.
Like, who? I want to meet like new baseball card collectors and just ask them what got them into baseball card collecting. And I'm not talking about these boomers who've been doing it for like 60 plus years. I'm talking about the motherfuckers like younger than us, like Generation Alpha, who are just like, you know what I'm doing? Baseball cards.
Well, hello, JoJo. My name is Wenzel, and I collect baseball cards.
What?
Because,
Mind blown.
whoa!
Funnily enough, we were actually making baseball cards at work today for the Crimson Tide baseball team.
Oh, roll tide, I guess.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we're making actual baseball cards for them.
You can make stuff that small?
Yeah, they do like business cards
Okay.
and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Also, Wenzel, I put the Pokemon cards in the chat, and also Shimmy gave me a bonus card of Choodle.
Oh, that's a cute.
Oh, nice.
That's a cute little turd.
It's like a little kind of angry little turtle with a orange spike in his head and a big buck tooth.
Yeah, he turns into a snapping turtle. Like I can't remember. Its name.
This the water gym leader in that game. That's like her signature Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, Peony. I remember Peony now. He was pretty fun. He was pretty cool.
So yeah, that was our live Pokemon
Nice.
unpacking. Give us peas in chat if you want us to see more Pokemon unpacking on the air.
Pee-pee, pee-pee, pee-pee,
pee
pee-pee.
pee pee
Uh-oh, I'm getting a lot of pee-pees in chat.
pee.
Pee-pee, pee-pee. Oh, just a quick thought, too. So today, as we're recording this, it's March 17th. It's Thursday, and Second and Charles opened in Tuscaloosa today, and I went to it, and it was a jarring experience. And jarring in the sense that, like, I don't have to drive now an hour out to go to Second and Charles now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's quite smaller than the one in Hoover.
It is.
But, like, at the same time, like, I would rather just literally, shit, we could fucking walk there.
Yeah, if we're
wanted to.
determined enough. Yeah, like I'd rather take a 10-minute drive than a 50-minute drive, even if there's less in it.
Now, don't get me wrong, Second and Charles and Hoover is still good, I bet. But now, like, that there's one Tuscaloosa officially, hell, I mean, yeah, there's no reason to go there now. And walking in there, it was very busy, obviously, and not too bad though. Actually, I was actually able to find a parking space, but no, I go in there, and then the woman, I think the manager, immediately says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I don't know, like, beyond you guys, like, human interaction for me has just not clicked or evolved.
Your social interaction muscle is just completely atrophied.
No, for real, because I stopped, and it felt like a lifetime passed by before I replied. But, like, I finally just, like, kind of, I don't know if I gave a sigh, but it felt like I gave a sigh. I was like, Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's what I said.
like you're just so resigned.
Like, because in that moment I was like, fuck, what'd she say? And then I was like, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day? I was like, yeah, I guess it is that day. I guess I should say that? And then that's when I finally said, yeah, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Like, all right. I mean, she was very nice, and I was like, thank you. So, but yeah, walking around, it was just, I'm always curious. I've been curious about this because, like, I'm like, how the fuck do they stock this? Because it's Second and Charles, so a lot of stuff is secondhand, except for their manga. Most of their manga is, like, new because if you don't know, Second and Charles is owned by the same company that owns Books A Million. So, like, any Books A Million that, like, goes out of business or whatever, they get their stuff. So, like, their pops, I know for a fact, because their pops will be they'll have the Books A Million sticker, but they'll slap the Second and Charles sticker on it, and I just think it's funny. And I assume that, like, that's what they do. They either put overstock into Second and Charles, or because I know from talking to the employees at the one in Hoover that they probably, like, take, like, some of their stuff from another location, because Hoover, from what I've talked to the employees, is like they have, like, so much stuff. Like, they actually had to put, like, not a ban, but they basically said, like, hey, we're not buying these certain things anymore because we just have too much of it. I assume that's how they do that. But again, since it's, like, brand new, a lot of their stuff is like, okay, not bad. Their manga, mostly new. But here's the thing, Barnes & Noble, they'll have a series, and, like, they'll have, like, the first few volumes, and that's it. At Second and Charles, for some reason, they'll have, like, almost the entire series there. And, like, I don't know, I think that's great. So that's, like, a plus. And like JoJo said, it's probably smaller. It is smaller, and it's nice. And I can't wait to see the stuff that they get in, because that's probably going to take up a lot of traffic from the Second and Charles and Hoover. And there was even a point where the woman on the intercom was like, because they do this thing where, like, if you text before it was Hoover, if you text Hoover to this number, you get a 10% coupon. And as she was talking, she said, if you text Hoover, and she's like, no, I mean, if you text Tuscaloosa, then you'll get 10% off. Everybody in the store audibly fucking laughed. Like, because it was like, yeah, we don't have to go to, this isn't Hoover. So, yeah.
You have to travel 15 minutes out of your way to use a coupon. That'd be some shit. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking out the new spot, having, Barnes & Noble, and then Second and Charles right, just down the road from it. To be like, two places I can hit up for, new books. And and a new manga and have a pretty reasonable assurance that they'll have different stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But that's been my week so far. What about you guys? Sorry, I've talked a lot.
The week's been a little tricky. Everybody's been beset with just like terrible, monstrous allergies. Like I felt for like 3 days, I was just a homunculus of like mucus and snot. And then finally, it's knock on wood, coming around the other bend. But I think the biggest thing that Joe and I experienced this week, and it's been dealing with the repercussions ever since, was that Sunday night, Joe, myself, Liz, and Can decided to have a little family function, a little family movie night, and watch the hit new Netflix original movie, A Madea Homecoming.
Yeah.
You know, I was questioning all of your sanities, all of your taste, whenever I saw that you guys got together to watch this. I was like, what the fuck is going on at the art house?
Because
we like pain, and I will say, going into the movie, was not expecting much. Came out feeling really gross. Like I needed a shower. Like this.
I mean, we will have to just get into it because we saw the trailer for it, and it's like, you know what, these are always wacky. Why not give it a shot? And I'll preface this, like, I don't regret watching it because it has led to one of the most memorable moments in this house of us watching a movie. Because I'm not gonna lie, we probably actually screamed for the majority of this movie at just different points and for different reasons. Because, like, Tyler Perry's known to get a little crazy, going off and do some just bonkers shit in his movie. But whatever you thought could happen in a movie called A Madea Homecoming, you would be dead fucking wrong. Because, like, M. Night Shyamalan was shaking at the fucking twists in this movie.
And there were multiple. This movie was a roller coaster. And like, I thought the movie that ended with Janet Jackson running her ex-husband out into the freeway, getting him killed, and then at his funeral, she meeting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and he's like, "What's up?" And Janet Jackson's just like, "What?" That is the end of a movie that Tyler Perry made. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, that's an actual end of a Tyler Perry movie.
I thought that was sort of the peak of Tyler Perry. It's bullshittery. No.
I mean, we just have to get into it because, like, the first hour, it's like a pretty benign, like, movie where there's just like a lot of, Tyler Perry bringing up these little bits about, contemporary culture in a kind of like boomerish way, like all these like current talking points. A lot of the points are specifically involving black culture and black community, but they're handled and reacted to in a way like a white boomer person would.
It was almost like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens were the co-writers of this movie at points.
Because they brought up, like, the BLM movement, the BLM protests, defunding police, ACAB, but it's all done in just like a way. It's like, really, dude? Like, this is the stance you're taking on this? But great, I guess mercifully, no one talks in these points for any length of time. It's sort of brought up and then just thrown away.
Yeah, because there's a lot that's being said in this movie and nothing that's being said.
Because, like, I feel like there's no real script because, like, everything in the movie feels ad-libbed in the worst way. Like, Madea and the other, like, cartoon characters are just talking at length, but it's just, like, none of it is meaningful, just, like, wacky shit. And a couple of the ancillary characters get, like, a couple words in, and then we're on to the next, like, extremely long scene.
Yeah, it's every scene goes on for way too long. no one feels human. Everyone is a caricature, and everyone's a stereotype.
Because like the impetus of the movie is based around one of the, I don't know what the Madea family tree looks like. It's all convoluted, and I don't think there's any sort of internal continuity. But anyhow,
I think it honestly is different movie to movie.
yeah, like, if there's a Madea historian out there, our DMs are open, I guess.
I don't
No.
I don't know if I want that, Pat. I'm not going to lie.
What do you mean? You don't want the Madea files?
No, I really don't.
But anyhow, what sets the thing in motion is that there is a young man coming home from college, and he's bringing his friend with him, and he's somehow related to Madea, and he's like, I'm gonna come home for my graduation and meet everybody, and basically his friend is like really like hinting at him like, maybe you should come out to your family. It's like, well, dude, you can't just make me come out. It has to be my choice, Like he's kind of, the main, I guess what you would think be the main character, because his story drives the plot for a point.
For maybe 15 minutes, and then it becomes about literally everybody else.
Yeah, but basically, like this poor guy, he's gonna graduate college, top of his class, and he's very trepidatious about coming out to his family and bringing his friend with them to meet everybody else.
So, and basically, the gay grandson of Madea, he's valedictorian of his class. He's given this speech for the graduation. On top of this, the gay man's mother has recently just got out of a very nasty divorce, but she's kind of acting cool about it, like you can tell she's moved on.
Yeah,
and the way the scene is shot, they set it up for two gay subplots,
because the mother comes in with her friend, this very attractive lady who's like her divorce lawyer counselor, who's been helping her through this very rocky divorce, and it's like she's very pleased, and like she's very close with her gal pal.
Yeah, and I think they even make like a gal pal type of joke. Like it was like, man, nothing better for a woman than a good girlfriend. It felt like it was being laid on thick.
And then, like, you think, like, there's two gay subplots within.
Spoiler alert! No, no.
Yeah.
No.
So, like, there's just all this beating around the bush of like the gay son and his friend, his roommate. How like they're laying like, oh, like they're a couple, and he's like, because the roommate, his friend, he's half black, half white, and his white family is Dutch or Dutch Irish or something.
Yeah.
Irish, because his family is coming in from Ireland to go watch the graduation too. And so like you have like this Irish family members coming in to hang out with all the Madea family. And like part of the gag is his grandmother is also a man in drag type character called Mrs. Brown. And apparently she has a whole line of content on her own outside of this movie, if I read this right in terms of people talking about it. So like there's obviously like a lot of like easy hacky jokes about this weird white woman hanging out with like this eccentric black family, and then there's a protracted scene at a Red Lobster where there's just like shit and bits happening for so long at this Red Lobster. Like,
and I know, to Wenzel and to the rest of the audience, this is sounding absolute gibberish. It sounds insane, and that's because it is. The movie at a certain point turns into an ad for Red Lobster.
I mean, literally, because like there's points where the waiters bring the food to the families, where they hold on a shot of this sumptuous plate of food from Red Lobster. They do that like a couple of times. It's like this movie was an ad for Red Lobster for like 20 minutes or some shit. Really long. The movie's 2 hours, and 20 minutes of that is just them in a Red Lobster bullshitting.
Yeah, and there's just some
while also having like these current day talking points that are just completely brought up and dismissed in a very like hasty and honestly kind of insulting fashion.
Like, it kind of flippant in a way, like
especially when a lot of these being very specific toward the black community.
And where one talking point could make up an entire theme of a singular movie, but it just kind of just like touched on and dismissed in, like Pat said, a very boomer kind of conservative way, like a more conservative liberal sort of outlook, and it's just kind of annoying.
Was it after the Red Lobster scene we get the first transition in the movie, or was that after the big reveal?
Quick question, though. Did you guys want to eat Red Lobster after?
I mean, not really.
I mean, like, I don't have anything against Red Lobster. It just seems it's the most random restaurant to try to plug in the middle of a movie.
Damn, Tyler Perry lost then. Fuck.
It's like he got the Red Lobster money. Let me tell you, God.
That's probably how this movie got funded.
Yeah, Netflix and Red Lobster joint production of A Madea Homecoming.
Probably.
I think before we go to break, but also before we continue with what constitutes a plot, we got to talk about the editing in this movie. So bad. Most like Tyler Perry, especially Madea movies, everything is just very flat. There's no like flash or style.
It's very static.
Very static. Just unassuming cinematography. Apparently, he was just like, you know what? Let's spice this up a little.
Like some of the most jarring, chaotic scene transitions I've ever seen in a movie.
Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it basically, the shot, like, the transition between shots will be pieces of the next shot shifting into focus, but out of order.
Basically, it's like a cutout assemblage picture, but like each little section like slides into place like a puzzle. I mean, you really have to see it, but it's just like, what the fuck was that transition? And to do that twice, that specific type of transition, and then there's a transition later on in the movie after the big twist that there's the gay son characters out in the basketball court. And then when they go to leave the scene, he just tosses the ball to the side. And then just all these CG basketballs just bounce into frame and then bounce away. And then it cuts, and that's how it transitions to the next scene.
What?
Yeah, it is so bad.
And they only get the crazy transitions in like one half of the movie.
Yeah, like the movie goes for about 30 minutes, and it's just, kind of standard for what this movie is. And then, like, halfway through the movie, it's like Tyler Perry or the editor got the bug, and it's just like, I'm going to start putting this in.
We got to, shift into third gear here. We'll get to the big reveal and why this movie just went flying off a cliff, and we were just screaming nonstop for a good 60 minutes after this point. So we'll get back to that in all the gory detail after the jump. Welcome back, everybody. It's time to get to it. The main event of this Madea misery that JoJo and I had started. So, after the dinner, there's some other bullshit that happened. Doesn't matter. So basically, the gay son finally works up the nerve to come out to Madea and the rest of the extended family. And probably one of the few moments that's handled with some sort of grace. The gay son comes out to his family, and then they're all just like, oh, baby, we knew. It's okay. We love you. And then just like, he's sort of taken aback. It's like, oh, wow, my family accepts me for who I am. It's, it has this nice little moment and went over pretty well. It's at this point that the gay son's relevance in the plot completely disappears from the narrative.
Oh, yeah. You thought it was about this man? No, you were wrong. You were very much...
He was just a vehicle to get to where the plot needed to go, I guess.
Okay.
Where did the plot need to go?
Because before we get to that, before we get to the flashback, did we mention the dad?
Yeah, because the gay son's father, his estranged father, who was sort of not really present in his life and just went through a bitter divorce with his mother, he's coming to the shindig.
No one really wants him there. He's kind of a dick.
And he's like very aggressive and mean, and like the gay son's friend, quote, it's like strangely aggro towards him.
He's just like, you ran out on him, bro. Like, what?
And you think like, well, there was a little bit of a smattering with the friend's plot that his own father ran out on him.
Yeah, yeah.
So like you think that's it, but it still seems way too aggressive to just like bow up at somebody you never met before at someone else's family function.
Yeah. So, the kid comes out and it's like, all right, everyone, like for a Madea movie, it's handled pretty well. And then the dad's just like, I'm going to steal the fucking spotlight. And he's like, yo, guess what? I'm getting married. And you know who it's with? Your mom's friend, the lawyer who actually helped me out during the trial and not you.
Yeah, so there's this revelation that the woman that you thought was, quote, friends,
gal pals
with the gay son's mother was secretly going around and sleeping with the man she's trying to get her friend divorced from.
Yeah, so ruined any chance of a second gay romance plot, which I'm very sad.
It's like, it's sad there wasn't more gay stuff in the movie, but also I'm a little relieved because I do not trust Tyler Perry to handle anything resembling like queer rights or queer stories at all.
Yeah, and especially like, black queer stories too. I'm just like,
because there's a lot of weight there and there's like a lot to unpack, and like honestly I don't trust him to tell any story with like the grace and dignity that it would require.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm just grateful that I'm grateful that his story has just come to an abrupt halt.
Yeah, it comes to abrupt halt, and after this there's like escalation of events. Like the Irish mom, she's high because she ate some of Medea's brownies or something. And this is the movie Tyler Perry must have found weed like Kevin Smith did, because every other joke is a weed joke.
Yeah, like just a late in life stoner, and it's all just like, really, dude? Like, but the jokes are written like by someone who's never experienced weed in their life.
Mm-hmm. But like I think like Madea pulls a gun out on the dad, and
yeah, there's like she fucking pulls a shotgun in the house and blasts it when he's trying to like make friendly with her.
And the thing is this gets dwarfed.
Yeah, this won't be the last time Madea pulls a gun on somebody, and it'll be exponentially more insane. So yeah, let's just get to the flashback, because
so after all the fallout with all that, there's sort of a downtime, sort of a downtime scene, and all the female folk are in Medea's room, and Madea decides
Female folk
to tell them a story.
Yeah, because it's the mother who's just sort of trying to unpack everything. Her son just came out, and her ex-husband just like revealed that he's dating her best friend, and then the cop daughter is trying to console her, and Madea comes in before bed. It was like, well, I had a similar experience. You don't let your best friend and your man hang out because bad things happen. And then she goes into flashback mode. And which I will say before to preface this was the one thing I knew about the movie because I read it in a Letterboxd review, and I was like, what? What was that you just said? And then I put in our roommate chat, y'all, there is something in this movie that will make you shit your britches. Like doo-doo in your pants.
And the thing is, this is still not the worst thing. And what we're about to say,
It's pretty fucking incredible.
the audacity
I'm really
of this man.
I'm really scared right now. I don't know why I'm
Wenzel,
so scared.
you should be.
Because-
So we flash back to Montgomery, Alabama, 1955.
And you see a young, thick Madea walk into
Looking up like a pinup model.
this black and white room, and she's like, "Yeah, I just came down in town to see my man I hadn't seen in a while, and my best friend Rose. I hadn't seen Rose and my man in so long."
Wait, this doesn't sound good.
Okay, because the thing is, I had the same thought you did, Wenzel, and I was like, he wouldn't. Like, Tyler Perry's a lot of things, but he wouldn't do that, right? Like, he had
Some sort of
some dignity, some restraint.
something. But so
But it's going to go exactly how you think, Wenzel.
So she's like, she starts to get upset, and she's like, "Well, I went down to my best gal pal Rose's work, the NAACP, and then she literally destroys the NAACP office looking for her friend Rose, like knocking over file cabinets, ripping up papers, tearing stuff off the wall, knocking people down."
And it goes on for like 5 minutes.
It's like Madea is one person wrecking crew destroying a NAACP office in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. And then when she can't get what she wants out of them, she goes hitting the streets, hunting down Rose. And then she comes across a bus parked on the street.
Oh.
And you know, she's just like, I'm gonna threaten to beat Rose's ass. And we're beating around the bush. It's Rosa Parks.
But Madea finds Rosa Parks on the bus and just like, "Come out here, bitch. Come out here. I got words to say with you." And she pulls out a fucking Glock and points it at Rosa Parks and says, "You better get up the fuck off the bus, bitch. We got words to say." And then while she's doing that, in a moment of an insane anachronism, she pulls out an iPhone, takes a selfie of her threatening Rosa Parks on the bus. And then the fucking audacity that Madea started civil rights in America by threatening Rosa Parks so bad that she would not get off the bus because she was in threat of her life from Madea.
All right.
Like, I knew it was coming, but to see it happen, we screamed. Like, they were, like, turtling so bad. They're, like tucking their heads in their shirts, just howling.
Because everything was setting it up. As everything was being set up, I'm like I said, Tyler Perry should have some restraint. Like, he knows not to do something this fucking tacky, right? Right? And no, and he... And I felt like an asshole for even having the thought. I was just like, you know, like, I'm just being judgmental. Just we'll watch this, see how it. No, it happened exactly as you think it would, and with as much grace as you think it would. And I mean, and granted, like, the characters in the ladies listening to Madea tell the story, they're like, yeah, right, whatever. But the fact that they just this exists
And
in any capacity,
because
I'm speechless.
it's just like, I feel like if Tyler Perry wasn't a black man and he made this movie, he would just be run out of Hollywood.
Yeah, and this is like the point of the movie. I start feeling like dirty, like I'm giving this man money, like inadvertently by like streaming it.
And like literally, like we took a break to just like take a shot and then just like decompress from this fucking moment. Just like Joe almost looked pale when we were just taking just like shots of like rum to just like, oh God, we just witnessed that. And the thing is, Wenzel, this movie had one more shot in the barrel for us that we were not expecting.
Because Wenzel, like, it already knocked us out. We were down from the count. The match was over.
They
1, 2, 3, count it out.
Rung the bell.
Rung the bell. We're getting up, and the movie said, "Nah, fuck you, bitch. Hit us one more time." Back to the ground. With it.
And
Let's just get into it.
Because the next bit, there's like some bullshit where she shows the picture of her pointing the gun at Rosa Parks to her family, and you're just like, oh fuck, and they're aghast as we are, but it just cuts on to some other bullshit, blah blah blah, and they're next day it's like a big like picnic, big cookout, or everybody comes around, to celebrate. It's like the day before the graduation, and they have everybody over, everybody in the neighborhood.
It's like this movie is a series of dinners,
essentially.
But so they're grilling outside, having a good time, and then the dad and his new fiance shows up.
And the fiance being the mom's former best friend / divorce lawyer.
Yeah. So he comes in. He's, no one wants him there. He's just there to start shit. But the friend of the son who's given the speech.
Yeah, the friend of the gay son.
Who the movie sets you up to make you think like they're fucking.
Yeah, like he's his secret boyfriend, and they beat around the bush. The whole movie, like, he doesn't want to like tell his secret to his family. The Irish drag woman and his cousin or whatever. He's like, he has something that he's hiding to. Like his gay friends, like, we can come out together. It'll be fine. But he just like, no, it's not right. I don't feel right. But at the same time, he was kind of pushing his gay friend to come out to his family. It's like,
but anyway, the friend starts bowing up on the dad and starts one of the worst fights put to cinema. It was genuinely almost like a real fight where like people are just swinging. It's not graceful.
It's just clumsy and not entertaining, and it's not even really played for like actual drama. It's just kind of like they didn't stage this fight at all. It's like one take, no practice.
Well, and there's no continuity with the shots at all. But like not in an artistic way, but in like a I don't know what I'm doing sort of way.
Yeah.
But so like people are getting knocked over, but they finally get
them separated.
And then the friend goes up to the mom and says, "Are you okay, babe?"
And you're just like, wait, what? Why did the gay son's friend, quote unquote, call his mother babe? Well, honey, we got a present for you, because wouldn't you know, the gay son's best friend that we've been led the whole movie to believe is actually his boyfriend. No, ma'am. The gay son's best friend is actually fucking his mother.
The boyfriend cucks the son with the mom.
So like, what? Well, you're just like, wait, what? Yeah, like his best friend, has been banging his mom on the secret the whole time, just like his dad was secretly banging his mother's divorce lawyer secret on the whole time. And you're just like, wait, this doesn't make a lick of sense. And then what happens for the rest of this movie's runtime is the movie bending over backwards to justify this mother's relationship with her son's best friend. Like, going out of its way to say, and just like, no, you just follow your heart. You do what you feel is right. Love is love. And then even when the son tries to like, hey, this is a lie. I need to talk to my mom about this. This is like, my best friend and my mother are fucking each other. Like, this is weird. And he's like, no, you don't need to talk to your mom. You just go down, you just go to bed and worry about your speech tomorrow. And like actively shuts him down multiple times when he tries to express any sort of feeling other than just like jubilant congratulations for his mother fucking his best friend.
All right. Tyler Perry, you did it. You made a hit.
It was just like the son got cucked, and then they're just like, this is a good thing. You should realize. And they say multiple times in the movie, it's like, you can't help who you love.
Which, I'm glad I didn't try to handle a gay story other than what they did. Other than just like a blanket positive coming out. Because anything else would have been so much worse. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You know, it sounds I don't know what to say, really.
we were just quiet after the movie ended. They were just like, what do you say to that?
Because
Well, yeah, well, Wenzel, we've been throwing a lot at you. What's going on in that head other than just like sparks?
I've been nervously drawing because I wasn't ready for what you guys were gonna say, and what came out of it was pretty cool, pretty fun. So there's that. But I drew Arcanine.
Hell yeah.
Pokemon.
Nice.
Because I have an Arcanine sticker and it's been sitting here. I don't know what to put it on, but so I drew Arcanine. But beyond that, I've been thinking a lot of stuff, like pretty cool Red Lobster ad. That Rosa Parks stuff was really, I'm still trying to like deal with that, but it seems like that wasn't integral to the plot.
Like, no, it's just an extended bit that has no bearing. It's just like, he just had a wicked brain fart. You know what would be fucking sick? If Madea held Rosa Parks at gunpoint.
Yeah, and like a lot of the movie feels this way. Like, there is sort of a loose plot in the sense of like, everyone's getting together to meet up because the son's giving a speech. All right, cool. But like outside of that, it's literally just bits sewn together crudely. And then once the twist happens, that's all the movie becomes.
Yeah, it's just them trying to like make you think that it's okay that, or just be fine with the fact that this mother like was fucking her son's best friend, who's like just a little bit older than her son, because her son's like 23 and his
like
best friend's 26, and just like, love is love, whatever. But like, don't you think it's a little bit weird that literally the first day that this mother went to go see her son out in college, that she ran into his roommate and they fucked the day they met?
Like, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, it like, way to handle a story very poorly. But also, I'm like, so like, you'll hear this when you listen to certain conservatives and, just homophobes or whatever, they'll say stuff like, oh, well, love is love, then why can't, such and such be like with a, with an animal or with some fucked up shit. And it's just like, no, that's not the same fucking thing, you psychopath. It feels like it's kind of like Tyler Perry saying like, oh yeah, it's okay, blah blah blah. But if you're gonna have this, then you need to also accept this. It's like a movie version of that. Basically,
it kind of felt that way. I'm not going to lie. You're 100%.
But like, it feels like, why is this like the browbeating point you're gonna make?
Yeah, when all the other points that he just kind of flippantly dismiss
are like much more substantial and much more like worthy of like getting into.
But also too, like, I don't think Madea is the appropriate apparatus to explore these concepts.
Yeah, because I sure as fuck don't want to see Madea talk in detail about the nuances of Black Lives Matter and defunding the police.
God, because the next one. Because, like the meme said, the wig called to him like Green Goblin's mask.
I fucking shit when I saw that tweet.
It's going to call to him again, and
that's insane.
And the wig's going to call to him, and it's going to be some like he's going to throw in some CRT stuff in there.
God, because
and just like some annoying like milquetoast, unhelpful, lukewarm takes imaginable.
I mean, we already got a threat of another Madea movie, because like the whole gag is one of the many just like asinine subplots. It's like the Irish drag woman is striking up this like eccentric friendship with Madea over like her weed candies, And then at the end of the movie, he's like, we should get together again sometime. We can do, Madea and Miss Brown go to Europe. And like, just the thought of like Madea just like bumbling across an entire continent, just being the most abrasive American oaf. And then like probably every hackneyed stereotype
known to man is going to be in the movie. It's just, somehow to me, that seems more offensive. I don't, no, I'm not going there.
God, it's just like,
but I mean that the concept of Madea going to Europe, or Madea traveling the world.
Medea's European vacation.
Like, I could see this being like a Logan Paul situation, like when he went to Japan.
I feel like it would be super just insensitive, and I'm gonna, I don't know, like, I'm gonna say it. It'd probably be anti-Semitic.
It'd be anti everything. Like I should imagine the fucking shit. It's like Madea goes to the Middle East.
Madea goes to Ukraine.
I was literally about to say Madea goes to the front lines. Jesus
it's
Christ.
like it's like I heard Putin was fucking up, and I'm about to fuck up right back. Like, no, we don't need that. We don't need that movie, Tyler Perry.
We really don't.
Maybe Putin just needs. Oh no, I'm not gonna.
Putin just needs some tough love. He's like that one bitch on TikTok. It's like if she was Putin's mother, he would have turned out a lot different.
That's
fucking insane woman.
Wait,
okay. Side bit here. There was a bitch on TikTok who was just like trying to be like this whole like compassion thing. It's like, if I was Putin's mother, I would have loved him in a different way. I would have listened to him, and he wouldn't become the monster that he was today. Like that kind of shit.
JoJo, you didn't know this?
No, I have not been on TikTok in about 6 months.
Oh, I mean, no. This was making like hits on Twitter.
We put it in our group
it had
chat.
The same.
Oh, I probably scrolled past it by accident.
Same energy as Gal Gadot's Imagine. Like, that's what it felt like.
But like this blonde hair, blue eyed bitch. It's like I can fix them.
Honestly, at a certain point, I thought you were talking about the vegan lady on TikTok. Y'all remember her, the vegan grandma who was like hella cringe and kind of gross.
I think I know who you're talking about. All these TikTok micro celebrities just start to blur together after a while.
Yeah.
Man, I need to get back on TikTok.
Yeah, I have like thousands of unread TikToks.
Oh, same.
But yeah, that was Pat and JoJo watched Madea Homecoming. Shockingly, it's actually our lowest rated movie of the year.
It is definitely worse than Mother by a pretty wide margin.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Aronofsky, you did all right in comparison.
You know what, Aronofsky?
You win this time, Darren. You win this fucking time.
This time by the skin of your fucking teeth. You better watch your ass. But damn, I mean, like I said, it was like you were just like completely confounded by what the fuck this was. But at the same time, we all enjoyed ourselves just from the sheer experience of this watch.
Because it is something to be blindsided by what this movie throws at you. And we didn't even mention, like, you know how, like, movies back in, like, the late 90s and early 2000s would have, like, outtakes in the credits?
Oh, bitch, I forgot about this part.
Basically, they had that, but, like, Madea doing a parody of Beyonce's Homecoming movie.
Like, while the credits are rolling, it's...
I guess because Homecoming movie... It's a very poorly thought out bit.
And, like, it's not... I mean... There's some funny bits in the movie intentionally, and there's also a lot that's unintentionally funny. But, like, it's just almost like this weirdly humorless parody... Beyonce's Homecoming documentary, and it's just like Madea as Beyonce, and she's kind of like just doing like a shot for shot take of this movie, and it's just like, why is this here? Like, it just feels so out of place in a movie that has no like congruency at all.
Honestly, this movie is the equivalent of free jazz.
The worst way.
In the worst, like, and when I say it's the equivalent of free jazz, not like the good free jazz, like, actually talented art. I'm talking about like the people who literally just do not know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's just improvisation done by talentless shitheads.
And like, I will emphasize, like, I will say, like, I kind of felt dirty after watching it. Like, just kind of felt like, that was a movie.
Yeah, we watched that.
But then we also watched a better movie last night.
Yeah, we watched a better movie. Wait, last night you mean
Or what was it, the night before?
on Tuesday.
Tuesday. See, time is fake in a flat circle, and I can't perceive it.
Yeah, but Joe, Ken, and I, we watched a 90s classic starring Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, Speed.
Hey, Speed. I've never seen it.
Yeah, so in case you don't know, it's about a mad bomber who attaches a bomb to the underside of a bus
Yeah, and they have to keep it above
50 miles per hour or else the bus will explode. And it was a lot of fun, actually. Like, hearing, like, the fucking stories for years about movie stuff and stupid. Like, yeah, it's a dumb, stupid action movie, but it fucking rocks. Like, there's, like, some genuinely fun bit. And let me tell you, that fucking soundtrack is straight Metal Gear Solid. Like, no lie.
Like, it is just Metal Gear Solid music.
Because it came out 4 years before Metal Gear Solid. And, like, Hideo Kojima just, like, hired that dude. Because it sounds just like Metal Gear. We had a really fun time watching it.
It was, I was expecting to have, like, because, I mean, people really, hold it in regard, especially in action movie circles. And I was just like, this was always one I, wanted to see and finally got a chance to. And I was pleasantly surprised. I gave it a 4.5. I thought it was fun.
I mean, I gave it 4, too. Like, I was, like, not, like, in an ironic way, like, oh, this is some silly shit, I'll rank it because it's great. Like, I thought it was a really solid movie. And, like, of course, the whole crazy gimmick, and there's a bomb on a bus and it's going to explode. But, like, it was genuinely fun. And just to see, like, all the harrowing scenes where they're trying to, like, dodge street traffic, do some Dukes of Hazzard shit. And then, and, baby Keanu, just doing shit.
Yeah. I will say, as far as, like, acting wise, he even though he is the lead star, there were a couple times I was like, but, like, I mean, it was still, like, fun. It's weird seeing, like, highly, like, hyper macho aggressive Keanu,
especially when what we know Keanu to be today. He's very chill, relaxed,
Yeah, very, like, centered. But, like, this guy is just, he's a cop who doesn't like to play by the rules.
Hey, guys, when he commandeered that one dude's, like, car to catch up with the bus.
Okay, that guy did not deserve any of the shit he got. Fucking, like, I know there's a bomb crisis, Keanu, but you steal a man's car, you basically steal his phone, and then cause him to have, like, a catastrophic wreck. And then that guy's just never in the movie again. I'm just like wow.
Because he was, like, right, because, like, Keanu, like, commandeers his vehicle. That's this guy is, like, he has a Jaguar, and he's like, I'm taking over this car, I'm a cop. It's like, whoa, man. He's like, because it's a black guy. And he's like, really, man, you're going to get me out of my car? And he hops in the Jaguar. And Keanu just, like, flying through traffic, zip-zopping around. And then he's trying to catch with the bus. And then he's like, hey, man, are you insured? Like, well, yeah. And so, like, he hits the brake and he throws open the driver's side door, smashes the door off by hitting, like, another car or something. And then he Keanu jumps from the Jaguar into the bus. And the dude is left in the car, and he's like, what the fuck? And then he crashes into, like, the water barrels. Water is everywhere. He's just like, God damn. And apparently that same guy shows up in the second movie, Speed 2 Cruise Control, on a boat. And it's the same bit.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's a fucking hoot and a holler. Definitely, if you haven't seen Speed, AYCH recommends.
I mean, it is Die Hard on a bus.
A legacy sequel to fucking Speed, but it's just latter day Keanu now with the long hair and the beard. But just seeing, like, early Keanu and latter day Keanu, just like two different men, and it's really funny. Mm-hmm. And plus, like, the movie's all practical.
Oh yeah,
all the vehicular stunts. All the explosions, like, it's all done, like, in camera, like, effects. It's like, wow, none of this would be real in today's age.
Oh no.
Which, kind of sad, but like, and plus also how they get the bad guy in is pretty fucking funny.
Oh
How they take him out.
yeah, that was a good bit. We're not going to spoil that here.
Yeah, definitely keep your eye out on that one. So they have AYC recommends Speed. It's a fucking hoot. A certified hoot.
Hell yeah, dude. Certified hoot.
I guess the only other big movie I saw this week was the Disney Pixar movie Turning Red on Sunday morning.
Hell yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
It's a fantastic movie. I loved it to pieces. It's just like so achingly adorable and cute. And I'm sorry if you can't connect with this movie. I don't know. Are you just a detached white dude? Just like if you are a nerd in any way, you know what these girls go through, and it's just like really sweet. Gosh, it's so beautiful and just cute and cuddly. And Pixar doing like a little bit different style. It's kind of outside of their house style, and it's very stylized, much in the way that Luca was last year. And like, I'm sorry, like it's just a gorgeous movie, like super super funny, and does stuff I would never thought I would see or hear in a Pixar movie, because it's about the little girl who's like obsessed with a boy band, and one of her friends is like, yeah, my mom told me to turn off that stripper music I was listening to. It's talking about the NSYNC like boy band that she's listening to. It's like, stripper in a Disney movie? What? Not really a spoiler. People kind of inferred this from the plot, but like the little girl transforming into a red panda is like a metaphor for her starting her period. Dude, but like there's a whole scene of like the mother getting like maxi pads and stuff to like help her daughter get through it. And it's like, the fucking maxi pads in a Disney movie? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
It's also strange that we thought that was strange.
It's a part of life for so many people, and it feels weird that this is there's an artist I follow on Twitter. She said this is the third movie, and she's seen in her entire life that address like periods as just a normal function. That's not just like, ew, gross. Sad that it took this to have like a normal reasoned approach to people having periods.
Yeah, and literally like half of the fucking Earth's population has to deal with it. So.
Yeah, just a warm blanket of a movie. Like, I wanted to watch it again because it was just like so cute. And to have one like woman director and like Asian woman at that to tell this story, and that so many people immediately clicked with, like, just having girl characters act like actual kids and just be like weird and silly and cringy and like way kids do. It felt very sincere and true to life.
Yeah,
it's easily a recommend. It's on Disney Plus. Anybody can watch it, and like it's very comfortably like a top 10 for me of the year right now.
Hell yeah,
That makes me happy because I really want to see it. And I've been seeing nothing but good things either, except for one fucker's review. It's so funny that you say that whoever just doesn't like it just is a frustrated white guy or something. And this review, I was like, dude, come fucking on. He was like, I'm just holding Pixar to the same standard that they've had with their excellent movies over the past, however many years or whatever. Like, this is a childish movie that doesn't do anything to be able to connect with both kids and adults. It's just childish. The blah blah blah. Like there's just nothing, no value, barely little value to it. It's just the main character's obnoxious. There's just nothing to connect with or what have you. Blah blah blah. It's fucking stupid. I won't say who they are.
I got one question for this motherfucker. Does he not realize Cars 2 exists?
Yeah, because like literally, motherfuckers calling him out. Like, really, are you saying that movies about fucking cars and fish are more relatable than like this nerdy little girl growing up and like doing silly stuff and hanging out with her friends? Like, are you really trying to say that?
But I mean, for some people, it's like that other experience is just so alien to them. And
because here's my thing: is that what I've been seeing her or being said about this film is that, like, again, it addresses something that is still very hard for some reason to address, and that is, getting your period and having to deal with that. And then also too, I've seen so many women or people who identify as women say that they felt seen, like watching this. They saw themselves in this film, and I think that's something important as well. And then this fucker, 2.5-star review. I'll read it to you. So he says that he understands that he's in the minority, but for his taste, he found this movie to be incredibly overrated and overhyped relative to the universal love and adoration that it's been receiving. I've seen a lot of reviews declare this film to be vastly different and from unique from other Pixar projects, but I disagree. The plot is surface level analysis, it's at its core, it's just another fish out of water storyline packed with a cliche "just be yourself" theme. And he uses this analogy: the car has a different coat of paint, but the engine is nonetheless the same. He thought the protagonist was obnoxious in her presentation and just unpleasant to watch. He said children will find enjoyment for this, but this is being made for kids, in his eye, isn't a valid excuse to give a mediocre movie a passing grade. Pixar has unequivocally demonstrated that they are capable of crafting exceptional works of art that cater to an audience of both kids and adults. I am merely holding them to the same standard for which they've been held themselves for the past 25 years.
Like I said, like Pixar, hypothetically, if this movie was not that great, like this wouldn't be the first Pixar misstep. Like I said, there's Cars 2. Planes. I don't know if that's even... That might have been like a Pixar like D team who did Planes.
And then there's a second Planes, too.
We need Dane Cook as a plane again. The Good Dinosaur. I'm sorry, that movie was bad. Just like actively terrible. And people going to act like this movie is somehow worse than that. I mean, I haven't seen it, but like I trust, like from everyone I trust, everyone say, "Oh, this movie is cute and adorable, and you should watch it."
Like y'all are gonna love it. Like it's no way around it. And plus, like there's this whole other side of it that like it's not only women being seen in this capacity, like just like this function that they had to experience, going through this change, to this experience. And then there's this huge prominent movie with an Asian lead, and like it's an Asian story told by an Asian person. So like there's an extra level of lived authenticity to it, other than like a white person telling a story and like putting like a coat of paint on it to make it this is a POC story, and it really just comes across like how lived this is, and like sort of the unique challenge. Yeah, a little bit of a hiccup there with our recording system, but that's okay. Basically, Turning Red is a great story, an Asian story told from an Asian perspective, in just this cute, sweet, adorable, endearing way. I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone who won't at least enjoy it in some capacity. It's like I said, easily one of my favorite movies of the year so far, and anybody here listening to Joe and Wenzel, I think y'all get a big kick out of it too. So definitely AYC recommends Turning Red.
Yeah.
One more movie that I haven't seen yet, is still upcoming, but y'all just gonna have to bear with me when this shit hits the fan, because Shin Ultraman had a new poster drop the other day for coming out in Japan May 13th, and like hell yeah, a buddy is excited for this because Hideaki Anno, the creator of Evangelion, is putting his sort of stamp and his vision on the series that inspired him to become a filmmaker and to make Evangelion, Ultraman. And I mean, it's been like something that I've been like low key buzzing about, and now we're just getting so much closer to that, to being delayed and reshuffled so many times due to COVID. And I really can't wait to see like this vision of Ultraman, considering that I really did enjoy Shin Godzilla. It's not, I wouldn't say it's my favorite Godzilla, but I really appreciate that version of it. And I mean, I know that's kind of sacrilege in the kaiju community. Like Shin Godzilla is just like a superlative, perfect movie that cannot be touched. It's a great movie. I appreciate what it says, and not quite appreciate how it's being said. Just like it's a very ponderous pace, and I know that's deliberate. That's more of a me thing, not a movie thing. But I'm still very excited for Shin Ultraman, although there does seem to be a bit of a crime committed against Ultraman in this movie, because when that poster was dropped, it's like, damn, Ultraman is just a flat bat with a crack. He got no ass.
Man,
no ass.
When I saw that poster, I was like, man, I need to say something, but I don't know where to start. Like Like, man, it's just that, really. That's it. That's all I had to say is, like, no ass. Like, dude, come on. You can't do him like that.
My theory has been running around in my head. It's like, what is the deal? The absolute conspiracy. Why does Ultraman not have a donk? And I'm thinking either he sacrifices his ass for mankind in a very Christ-like way, or he's like, pulls some broccoli shit, drops his cheeks, and he's just zooming. Just like boom, boom, it just flies out. It just start whooping the shit out of like these kaiju in space.
Hell yes. The cheeks weigh me down, man. The power of these cheeks.
It's like I can't. He can't sneak up on kaiju because the clap of his ass would give him away.
I can't wait to see the image you have for this episode.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this one. Let me tell you.
Oh man, the poster was awesome. It's just the first thing I gravitated towards was like, all right, is he cheeked up? Is he cheeked up? No, he's not. What the hell is going on? Is this the wrong poster? Nope, this is the right poster. What's going? I'm in. This is an emergency.
You know what this feels like? You remember MF Doom? You know, like his concerts was notorious for not showing up and sending what he called Doom bots out.
Yeah.
This just, I just think this Ultraman is a Doom bot.
It's not the real Ultraman, even though Shin Ultraman means true Ultraman.
No, see, it's ironic.
Hideaki Anno's scarred brain is just like the real Ultraman. He don't got cake.
No, that's dumb though. Ultraman should have cake. Ultraman muscular, like they have to be training those glutes.
Because every time you see Ultraman before he flies away, he squats down and he jumps up. Swatch! And he jumps up into space. I mean, Ben Furiya, he was in that fucking scuba suit in the hot of summer and the dead of winter, and he made damn sure that you saw his cake back in the 60s.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm very excited to see Ultraman on the big screen, and considering how much localization Ultraman has gotten over the last couple of years, like just steady stream of like series released on Blu-ray from the classic Showa era to the modern era, and all this stuff in between. I feel like at the very least we have to get a home release, and like fingers crossed we get a theatrical release.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'm geared and ready for Ultraman. Man, May's going to be big in a lot of different ways, not just for Ultraman's theatrical release, but also something special happens in May too.
Oh yeah, very much so.
I don't know. Ultra May though. That sounds
Ultra
good.
May.
Sounds good.
Fuck. No, if we didn't already have so much planned in May, like I would fucking do Ultra May. Don't fucking tempt me. I'm gonna fucking work myself to the bone to get everything ready. But
Man, that'd be so. Man. If only something didn't happen in May. You know, it should happen in June.
yeah, but we'll see how much we burned a candle on both ends. But we'll put a pin in that and come back to it later. But our last little bit of movie talk is that we have a double feature planned for the weekend of the recording. By the time this episode comes out, we've already experienced it. But the lads were going out to go see Jujutsu Kaisen 0, a prequel story to the Jujutsu Kaisen series, and X, which is a new horror movie released by A24.
Excited. So freaking excited, man. It's been a while since I've done a double feature, and it's of two movies that I'm like, okay, I've been wanting to see Jujutsu Kaisen 0. It's been out for a while in Japan, and this is Christmas, I think, or December, whatever. So finally get it. Pretty good turnaround. I'm so excited. I've heard great things about it, and it has one of my favorite characters. It's his story, Akatsu. You know, it's canon, obviously. It takes everything from Volume 0, so I'm so freaking excited. And then we got X, yes. I almost thought it was something else. Looks to be like stellar. I've heard good things about it as well. It's like a homage to like 70s like slasher. For those who don't know, it's about a film crew, an amateur film crew who they want to make a porno, so they go to they want to stay like over a little bit at this farmer's like farmhouse property, and they don't tell the couple there or the farmers there that they're going to be filming it in their farm on their farm. They just say they're a film crew. And it kind of just gets crazy. A lot of the trailers say, like, the old man is like, my wife, she's not well. This only happens at night or whatever. And it seems like stuff gets crazy. I'm really excited.
Because like, I've heard a lot of good buzz coming out of it from South by Southwest. And they said it's just gory, completely surreal and insane. Also really funny. It's like just from like the visuals alone, like big nods to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which, probably a sight better than the one that came out on fucking Netflix, let me tell you.
Yeah, probably.
I haven't watched any Jujutsu Kaisen since like our big like marathon day last year, and I just remember just being like not knowing who these names were, and like honestly, I don't remember anybody's names now because I got them all in one day. I was like, I know every one of these bitches, and then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, I know nobody's name anymore. But like, I just like, oh, that's the weapons girl. That's the mute guy. That's the panda bear. Just like calling to mind all the people from the original show, and this being like a prequel series. And
so, just a little refresher for you. Like you said, the weapons girl. This is so this takes place a year before the story. So you're looking at first years. At this moment, first years are Maki Zenin. She's the girl. She has no curse energy whatsoever, so she can't use any curse techniques, nor can she see curses. So she has to rely solely on weapons. And then there is, holy fucking shit, I forgot his fucking name. God damn it. Oh my god. Why can't I remember his name? Hold the phone. Hold on. He's, like you said, he's purposefully mute because his curse technique involves imbuing power into words. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking scream. Unamaki. Goddamn. Unamaki. And then there's Panda. That's it. That's his name, Panda. And they're first years at this time. In the main show, they're second years. So again, this takes place a year before. Gojo is their teacher at this time. And in this iteration, he's wearing bandages over his eyes. Gonna go and tell you there's no really story reason for that. It was literally easier for Akutami to draw. Well, it wasn't easier, sorry. At the time he did bandages, but then it became easier for him to draw a blindfold, and for the assistants, so they went to a blindfold. They just put bandages on him. That's it. Anyway, so yeah, and Akatsu is first year who, like you said, he's been acknowledged by Gojo as being one of the most powerful sorcerers in this era currently, and possibly, or students, but can quite possibly surpass Gojo himself, which, if you know, Gojo is super fucking powerful. So yeah, so that says a lot too. And Akatsu is well, you'll find out more about his character in the movie, and I don't know quite else what to say. That's probably all you need to know. You're looking at your main antagonist, which is Geto. Geto is he's a former Jujutsu Academy sorcerer, or whatever, and now he's an evil sorcerer. In the show, we see him working with evil spirits, and in this, it takes place before that. So you'll find out more when you watch the movie. I'm so excited. Oh, and also, this takes place, you'll get to see, it's mentioned in the show, Night of 100 Demons, or Night of 1,000 Demons, or whatsoever, or something. It's a big event within Jujutsu Kaisen that you don't get to see literally until Volume 0, and you get to see it in this movie. So, yeah, we see a lot of reoccurring characters.
And plus, just like, it's always kind of fun to see an anime movie in theater, because, like, one, you usually don't think you're going to get one, at least where we live, but I remember when we went to go see Demon Train for Demon Slayer, it was a packed house. And like when the Broly movie for Dragon Ball Super came out, packed house. It's like, hey, the weebs are strong around here. Don't you forget it.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, damn, we probably have to get there early. At least one group does, to like secure spots, because these fucking nerds suck.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a good day. just like double feature on a Friday, get hyped up for the weekend. So I think we have a good time because Wenzel's going to be selling that day, and then we're going to have a St. Patrick's Day party that night, and it's a good way to start the weekend. And we'll have all this like vim and vigor in this episode because Monday morning we'll just be completely just serotonin deprived from just like 3 days of just fuckery.
Yeah.
So, but it'll be fun to be like, oh yeah, that's back when we had energy and we weren't just running for 3 days straight. I think it's a good time, and I hope you had a good time listening to this episode. It's all up and down from our personal experiences to like the fucking cinematic excursion that was Madea and all the other flicks in between. So we hope you enjoyed yourself because we sure had a good time talking about it. So to wrap up, thank you for listening. You can follow us wherever podcasts are found on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you can find a podcast. We're probably there. So go out, like, rate, and support on all those platforms. Helps us out, keeps us visible, puts us in front of new people, and I always appreciate you when you do it. Go follow us on our socials on Twitter and Instagram at AYCH Podcast and on Letterboxd at All You Can Hear. If you're listening this to the week it comes out, on Thursday, you can look forward to a brand new episode of Cage and Greatness, where the Cage crew, with a special guest in tow, talk about the documentary movie The Death of Superman Lives, which is sort of a breaking down of the completely clusterfuck production that was the Nicolas Cage Superman movie. And it's been something we've been looking forward to a long time, and there's a lot of really interesting stories. And just see like what the context was to all those crazy pictures of Nicolas Cage and long stringy hair and a big jacked up see-through Superman suit. And also, if you have a chance, go back and check out our last episode, episode 254, which is our volume 0 of a new long-form series we're doing called Movies from Every Year That We Lived. Each of us take a movie from a year of our lives that we have not seen and just make a big list for a communal viewing later on in the year as the show goes on. And one last thing, be sure to reach out to us on our socials about our upcoming March Madness bracket. Tell us what your top 5 movies of the 1990s were, so we can compile them all together for a huge, big bracket reveal next week. So be sure to check that out. And lastly, follow me, Patrick, on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name.
My name is JoJo. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIIBOY24 and John Owenson 12 on Letterboxd.
Thank you for listening. I'm Wenzel. You can follow me on Twitter at WenzelWilkie. You can follow my art Instagram at WorldOfWenzel. And you can go follow my Goodreads and my Letterboxd. They are in my link tree to the links to those, where I am actually reviewing books, and I'm trying to do that for movies as well. Yeah, and hopefully by the time that this comes out, I would have sold everything I brought, and quite possibly we'll open back a store up and we'll sell prints of stuff that if they sold well, I'll sell them on there. So yeah, look out for that.
All right, stay tuned for that, everybody, and have a good time and have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Mwah!